Welcome to the Unstuck Yourself Daily Dose with Brittany Bigley. The Unstuck Yourself Daily Dose is part of the Live Bigley community, giving you the resources and knowledge to help you live the life you were born to lead. Hello, I am Brittany Bigley coming to you with the Unstuck Yourself Daily Dose. Today I wanted to jump on and talk to you about naming your stuck. How do you go about naming your stuck? How do you go about identifying what your stuck is? And once you have identified it, maybe how can you move past it? So the first thing is how do you name your stuck? How do you identify what your stuck is? And it really comes down to identifying your habits and your patterns of behavior. So maybe it's habits and patterns in general. And then we can break that down into patterns of behavior. We can break that down into patterns of thought, patterns of words that you speak out loud about yourself. And let me give some examples. So I've talked extensively a lot about, not wanting to do the dishes. And so I found myself over and over and over continually having this resistance or avoidance to doing the dishes. And that was identifying a pattern of my behavior. Something I know that I say often about myself is that I am a visual processor. I'm a visual learner. That right there could be a stuck pattern that because it's a story that I tell myself over and over and over again. And if it's something that becomes limiting in my belief, then that could be one of my stucks. And then the other thing is patterns of thought. What are some things that you think on repeat about over and over and over again, or think incessantly over and just keep ruminating on? So these are all ways of identifying and naming your stuck. Now, once you've identified your pattern of behavior or your pattern of thought or your pattern of action or your pattern of speech, how do you start to free it? First step is just to get curious. First step ultimately is awareness, is noticing and identifying. Second step would be to get curious about it. It's like, why do I so for example, for me, why was I having this avoidance to dishes? And the more that I actually talked about it here, and the more that I got curious about it and thinking about it in my own reflection time and meditation, I realized that there was a story behind it. And that's usually what happens, is we've created a story, a meaning behind what our stuck is, what our stuck behavior is, stuck action or stuck speech. And getting curious about it, like, okay, so my avoidance to dishes stemmed from watching my dad be in these really not great, very messy apartments after my parents' divorce. And it was just that stuck with me, that feeling of noticing the dishes, undone and whatever. So somehow I internalized that, but I got curious about it. And I was like, why am I holding on to this story? And the more that I got curious and brought awareness to it, the more that story didn't have any hold on me anymore. And so I was able to eventually free it and release it and energetically process it and move on from it. And now, there are some times when I still am not wanting to do the dishes, but I don't have pileups like I would have in the past. I actually am able to just process and do it without any kind of avoidance or, just letting them pile. So again, awareness is the key, understanding what your patterns of behavior, patterns of speech, patterns of thought are, then getting curious about it, and then really trying to just bring gentle awareness. And again, gentle awareness, not judgmental awareness, but compassionate curiosity to what your stuck is. And then in that manner, you're able to free it and release it. And I do have some processes that I go through with my clients in order to be able to help them free their stuck. Of course, that is something that I do with clients that are wanting, some one-on-one support. But anyways, that is the process, and wanted to come on and share that with you. So if you feel like this resonates with you, please go ahead and give it a like. If you feel like this is medicine for someone else to hear, please go ahead and share it with them. As always, if you feel like you want more content like this coming to you consistently, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Otherwise, happy healing and happy naming your stuck. Reach out to me if you have any questions on how to do this. This is what it lights my soul on fire, is to talk about these things. So reach out, and happy healing, and I'll see you when I see you. Thanks for listening to the Unstuck Yourself Daily Dose with Brittany Bigley. The Unstuck Yourself Daily Dose is part of the Live Bigley community, giving you the tools and resources so that you can live the life you were born to lead.